his background had a real bearing on how he reacted to things that happened in his relationship with Ms. Heard.
Ben Chu's words have been trending on social media among Johnny's stans because it explains why it was easy for them and Johnny to beat and humiliate Amber Heard and her team in the Virginia trial. In the clip of the recent Zoom interview with the president of the Beverly Hills Bar Association, Anthony Ross, Ben agrees that being in a courtroom is just like putting on a show, and it depends on how well the show is presented and how well you place your cards for you to win. This is total humiliation for Amber Heard because unlike the other people in the courthouse, we could all see that she was acting. That she was putting on a show and lying, and it didn't go well for her. Amber is an actress and she should have been able to put on a show that could have sold her narrative positively, but instead she was exposed by a bunch of lawyers who were also putting on a show themselves.
We thought that we needed to not so much entertain the jury, but to tell them a compelling story. So we gave a lot of thought.
Ben continued explaining that their main tactic was to give a compelling story, Johnny's story. According to them, they wanted the jury to know of Johnny's upbringing and what he went through growing up, which would make the jury understand him more. Johnny talking about how his mother was abusive and mean towards him as a child gave the jury a clear understanding of why Johnny tolerated Amber even when she was throwing tantrums and throwing pots and screaming at him. The jury realized that Johnny thought he was the problem in that relationship, and that's why he kept apologizing because it's something he has been doing from childhood. Having to apologize to his mother. His sister also gave us the backstory of how Johnny used to hide from his mother, and this is also something he did with Amber when she started getting loud and physical. Johnny would split and hide.
I don't want to, because I don't want to fight.
You run away every single fight. Want to make it easy on you, so you split. You don't fight.
From Johnny's background story, it was easy to see why he had substance abuse problems. He himself explained that he used to get them for his mother and soon he started being a user himself. It was easy to understand him because of his compelling backstory, which is something Amber didn't have, mostly because she would have most probably lied. Here Amber tells of how her parents worked hard to make sure that she went to prestigious private schools.
My parents saw my education as my priority and they saved so that I could go to these private schools, and I always found a way to kind of rebel, and not until recently as an adult I've realized what they were giving me.
But here she claims she was a scholarship kid.
You only just realized it recently, didn't you? Because you dropped out of high school at 17.
You know, I was always a scholarship kid. I worked really hard to be able to go to the schools that I went to.
Okay.
It's really humiliating that she could even lie about something as mundane as schooling, but I guess it's also why she didn't have a solid and compelling story to tell the jury. They would have realized way earlier that she was a liar. In the interview, I think Ben might not have noticed it, but he was silently digging and humiliating Amber and her team. He said that he and his team did serious research on the evidence they presented before they presented it, something Amber and her team did not. There was an instance during trial when Amber's lawyer Elaine said Amber used a Milani cosmetic color corrector kit for her bruises while she lived with Johnny, but it was later revealed as a lie. Instead of doing thorough research before they swore on the Milani makeup, they humiliated themselves when it came to light that the corrector was made after Johnny and Amber split. There's also that other time when Amber's team told one of their witnesses that Johnny had vomited on his lap and continued sleeping. This turned out to be all wrong, and it was humiliating to see him being corrected by Johnny's team that it was not vomit but rather ice cream. It was really humane how the relationship between Johnny and his team was to the point where Ben Chu was moved to tears and we could all see the team comforting each other. A fan tweeted, "To believe Amber Heard, you'd have to believe Ben Chu, a respected, world-renowned attorney, intimately familiar with every detail of this case, was literally brought to tears of relief over a lying wife beater getting away with it. The amount of respect Johnny's lawyers have garnered for themselves for being humble and competent is amazing." A fan who watched their interview tweeted, "This is fantastic. Camille Vasquez, Ben Chu not only highly professional in their field, their humility shone through. Many attorneys could learn a lot from them." That's it for this video. Have a great day, everyone.